Good morning. Let's take a quick drive with FSD version 13. Looks like here we go. So for you pomegranate lovers, had a lot of pomegranates from Costco yesterday and some popcorn. Popcorn is going to the office. I do like it myself, but yeah, this is going to be probably the last batch of pomegranates we see for a year or so, as the season is kind of ending. These look like they were picked on January 3rd, which is about the end of the season. They were packed on. Ooh. Okay, this was a newer behavior. We actually more used the middle to get between the Prius and the Lincoln, the gray Lincoln. So this is even though we're on chilled mode, that was a fairly aggressive move from FSD to get into the lane and incorporate the middle lane, as we have typically not been in this area ever including. We still make that wide turn and don't use the median. And when FSD does not have the opportunity to, it still doesn't use the median. Or it will kind of start to use the median, but it still wants to do a one fluid motion maneuver. So this was its way of doing it. So it accelerated using the median, which was fairly smart for a human thing to do. And it just calculated, that's the distance I need. Pretty impressive, actually. Alright, given the option, it decided to take two roundabouts. I did not fiddle with the mapping, so naturally it would have taken the parallel road on the other side of the freeway and then made a right turn to get across this bridge and a left turn here. It's always at that center traffic light to my left where FSD will accidentally get into the wrong turn lane and then drive straight through it. So we don't get to see if they actually improve that with the intervention notes that we've been putting in. Well, that Tesla that's to our left that got through about 40 seconds later has bested us. The student driver has bested us in city driving efficiency movements. Okay. I'm gonna have to review that to see if it did turn out right as we left, because FSD does time these. Alright, that last maneuver that we just did was more of a hurry or standard maneuver. I was kind of... FSD in chill mode is still jousting. Traffic jousting. Let's call it that. job, FSD. Recognized the human and gave it a wide berth. Alright, we're approaching those construction workers. So let's see what happens. And there's no car in front of us. So, and there's no rain. Alright, FSD. Thought it was going to jump it. Okay. FSD. Damn, they got the new Milwaukee MX Fuel Core Tool, City of Kirkland. Spending the big bucks. I like it. Well, I guess it's easier than pulling out a generator and making a hole with an old school, like a Hilti or something with a cord. That is the new MX Fuel Core Tool. Looks like they're drilling a 6-inch hole. Even got a new one that goes up to 14-inch holes. I think that's the 6-inch version. Alright, note to the construction site, I would have started approaching it a little bit slower. We did, basically, the trigger, to trigger that there's a job site coming, was, at least in my opinion, a little too early, or late. So I would have, knowing that there was construction workers, if I was driving as a human, I would have, engaged in slowing down, basically stopping a little bit earlier, and then slowed down and then stopped. But we didn't. I was initiating slowing it down myself. I didn't want to disengage to see what it would do, because technically it did not break the rules. And then the flagger flipped the sign anyway. Then FSD slowed down and then went through the construction site. I would say maybe a little bit quicker, but you know what? We did slow down. We were on a 35 mile an hour stretch, and if I look at the video, it did slow down to, I would say, what, 20, 25, which is perfect. And the flaggers were not shaking the flags for us to slow down or giving that signal, hand signal, so they were comfortable with the speed. And that's what counts. Or we went 10 miles an hour under the limit, or 25. Basically, you start treating the job site as a residential street, as opposed to, you're not going to run it doing, let's say, your 40 mile an hour road or 35 mile an hour. Obviously, you're not going to run it doing the speed limit. Then you'd be a jerk and you're breaking the law. So anyway, it did it well, and as time goes on, we improve with every single build.